Welcome to MC Report, episode number 18, the Justin Jefferson episode. You will not see me gritty. My my voice is a little screwed up right now because I just got.
Shouldn't you be not talking?
Yeah, technically I shouldn't be talking, but whatever. Who cares? It's the MC Report. But on the right side, I'm still beating you. You're bad. Get better, kid. Yep. Beat you by. I beat. I beat you by, I think it was 3. Yep, 3 games. So that's that. Yeah, I just gave myself a loss. I'm not that invested. I'll beat you. It's okay. And if anything, I can complain if you win by 1 that I should have that game. So it's fine. We do have some NFL news. Free agency will be next episode because then we'd be here all day. Trent McDuffie is now a LA Ram. I think this is more of a win-win, but I think the Rams win, obviously. They get a top-tier corner. It's their biggest position of need. I still am a firm believer this is a top 5 corner in the league. Some people don't. But I thought they were already Super Bowl favorites, even with Seattle winning. This definitely makes them Super Bowl favorites. And they're like doing stuff in free agency. We won't talk about it. Stay tuned. So, yeah. Yeah, who wears 19 in the NFL? Like Jalen Milroe. But, yeah, Trent McDuffie is a Ram. DJ Moore, who basically ended your season because everything went downhill after that, traded to the Bills. The Bills win this deal. I'm just going to be completely real. The Bears got a good return in the second-round pick. This is like a B- to an A-. I think even getting the 5th-round pick is what wins them this deal. Now, obviously,
the smallest part.
yeah, but I think that DJ Moore by itself is worth. I'd say a 3rd. You can argue a 4th. Trading a 2nd, yeah, it doesn't look pretty. But if you get a 5th-round pick, in which case the Bears it was I think mid-5th-round pick. It wasn't the Bears pick. Is a win. I think DJ Moore is still very solid. We saw it last year. He maybe didn't get the targets, but he got the yards. So good win. The Bills finally get a receiver. Tyler Badaz-Razzle is a Charger. I love it. It's a great signing. Herbert doesn't have to get sacked every play. He only gets sacked every 1 out of every 2 plays. So that's very nice. We need the 2 guard pieces. You can argue we only need a right guard because Zion Johnson is slated to return, and obviously our tackles are fine. I don't think he did. Maybe he did. I don't know. But we also did sign Charlie Kohler, which is a blocking tight end. He's nothing. He's depth. So yeah, I like the signing. Max Crosby.
Biggest move so far this offseason.
Yeah, being a Baltimore Raven, I did expect him to get traded. I did not expect this. I did not expect the Baltimore Ravens. I gotta be honest, I don't think there's a winner or loser here. This is like dead even in my opinion. I think this is I think probably the Ravens by a smidge, because I think that they're Super Bowl contenders. Your defensive rush was pretty bad last year. And Max Crosby is Max Crosby. He finally goes away from Herbert. Oh my God. But
The real loser of this deal is Joe Burrow.
yeah, Joe Burrow is just going to be terrorized. Just absolutely. He's going to die. He's the new Justin Herbert. But
Tackles and more tackles in the draft.
yeah. But the Raiders do not lose this deal because they now have Baltimore's 1st-round pick for the next 2 years, which probably won't be much. But they all, yeah, and obviously I expect Baltimore to bounce back. But also, Mendoza going to the Raiders, hopefully, it's going to propel them. Yeah, knock on wood. Actually, it's not wood, but whatever. This is a win-win in my opinion. I would give the slightest edge to Baltimore because they're in a win-now situation. So, this is kind of a nothing burger of a trade, but also not really. Colby Wooden, who has 0 tape. I kid you not. I tried to find some tape of this man. Nothing. And Zaire Franklin. Very interesting player. Linebacker for the Colts. 2 years ago, number 2 in tackles. Last year, number 1 in tackles. Excuse me. I got my numbers mixed up. And last year, second to last in linebackers in PFF. That's pretty bad. Depending on the player you get, I think the Packers win this deal by a landslide. But if you get the player you had last year, it's dead even because Colby Wooden is nothing. So Aaden does want to talk. It's his team. Let's give it over to him.
Whenever I first saw this deal, I don't want to say I sprang out of bed, but this was a very big surprise. And obviously this will lead to Quay Walker's release, which at the time of filming has not been signed anywhere. I like this deal. It frees up cap. We don't have to re-sign Quay Walker. Now, I will say we are going to need to address defensive line at some point, whether it's free agency or in the draft. Our edge rushers heading into week 1 are Lucas Van Ness, Baron Sorrell, Colin Oliver. He's to the Jets now. We have 3 edge rushers heading into week 1. Well, he's not playing week 1. But overall, I think we do win this deal. I like Colby Wooden didn't play at all on the line whenever we were fully healthy. Because it was Micah, Wyatt, Van Ness, and some other detail. It was Gary. Which he'll be I'll be back to talk about what I thought of. Overall, I think Goot, our general manager, is I'd say he's having an A. I really like where he's going in free agency. I would have liked to see us make a splash somewhere because we freed up like $40 million in cap since the start of free agency. But overall, I like the deal. Thank you, Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indy, this is just a salary dump. Like, I understand it, but also you could have got more. I'm not going to lie. Packers fleecing. This is not the first time we're going to see the Packers fleecing. I love this. Khalil Mack is still very good. He didn't have the sacks, but the pressures, tackles for loss, blah, blah, blah. He's really good. Just because Khalil Mack is back does not mean Owe has to go away. It rhymes for a reason. Please, for the love of God, re-sign him. He was so good for us, and you're just going to let him walk. I don't know why we traded for him then. I would love to get him back. This is like my one plea, Chargers. There's a couple guys I want you guys to get in free agency that are not named Charlie Kohler, and we're not doing anything. So, yeah, let's pick up the pace here. Maybe we should trade for like I don't know, offensive lineman. But you know, we already got 2 to go. We have Slater, Alt, and yeah. But this is a good extension. I like this extension. Minka Fitzpatrick gets traded for a pack of peanuts. I'm not shocked. It's a salary dump. But I was not expecting the I was not expecting it to be the Jets of all teams. I mean, the Jets as well as in division. It's a win for the Jets. Let's get something straight. But Minka Fitzpatrick's just going to die. It's just over. Another salary dump, but yeah, poor guy. But he's been on the Steelers when they were mediocre, and they still are. Been on Miami when they were bad, and now he's going to an even worse situation, which now does not have Malik Willis, because they have Malik Willis, which we'll talk about next episode. Stay tuned once again. I had to, if you couldn't tell, I had to write this out because nobody had this for some reason. But the Cowboys, they get Rashawn Gary, but the problem is a 2-year, $42 million deal. None of it's guaranteed, but also Dallas is already in the negative, and now they're getting more money. This is just not good. I think the Packers win this by a landslide. I don't think this is close. It's a salary dump, and I don't think Rashawn Gary's that good enough to be worth $42 million. Yeah, I actually don't know why the Cowboys did this. Like, there's literally no reason to do this. And plus, they're giving up a 7th. Granted, it's next year, but I would argue next year's draft class is better. So, you guys get a 4th round pick next year.
Where's the 7th from?
There's no 7.
I swear to God you said
I don't think I did. Maybe I did. But a 2027. It's next year. That's probably where you get this in front. I'm going to give it over to Aaden. This is a landslide winning for the Packers. This is a bigger win than Zaire Franklin. They're 2 for 2 on trades, ladies and gentlemen. Over to the Pack is I forget your username.
I'm here to tell you that the pack is back. Please come back, Jair. I'm gonna pull something up while I'm doing this, just to, I guess, furtherize why Green Bay's gonna win this deal. One, we saved 20 mil this year, and I think we're saving. Yes, this is what we're saving each year. Oh, excuse me. Didn't sleep well last night. We have 4 fourth-round picks after the Malik Willis signing. Talk about next week. Don't go anywhere. For reference, I know I should have been on this a little more. Rashawn Gary last year, 7.5 sacks. He was leading the league at week 5. That just shows how bad he was. He is the coldest he's been in his career. We drafted him 12th overall, and no, he's not lived up to that. I'm gonna agree with Kolstin. I think we win this deal by a landslide. Goot is cooking, like I said before. We get another 4th-round pick, and especially with not having a first, having a second, 2/3, 4 fourths, and I think 2 fifths or something like that. We have a heavy draft class 2027, which is a great draft class in my opinion. You know what? I'm gonna reveal it. Oh, it's the Sixers losing. What's new?
I would like to talk about this deal just for 2 more seconds. It was confirmed beforehand that the Packers, had they not found a trade partner, would have released Rashawn Gary. Then news came out they were just looking for a 6th-round pick. Now, I don't know about you. I'm not great with math. I think that's a 4th. I don't know what Jerry Jones is doing.
One more thing.
I don't know. Jerry Jones, please just retire. You're selling your team. Back over to Aaden.
Colson, just stay out here because this is on the whole topic about Jerry Jones. What I said about Brian Gutekunst was a lie. Jerry Jones is my favorite general manager in the NFL because he's done not 1, but 2 dumbass deals. Sorry, YouTube. Don't take away our 3 cents of sponsorship. Overall, trades have been going off like crazy. I'm going to be semi-watching it, but not really. See if any big trades happen during. That would be kind of cool. Big deal happens while we're recording.
Yeah. So we're finally done with the NFL. There's free agency next week. There is another trade, but we don't get to talk about it. You'll see next week. This was a basketball game that was played. Two teams were involved. The Spurs won. Next game. This was a basketball game. 2 teams were involved. The Sixers won. Next slide. This was a basketball. No, I'm just kidding. The Hawks just own us. I don't know why. It's just, it was written in the prophecy. They would just be undefeated against us, all of them close games. They absolutely owned us in the second half. Just complete and utter domination, and we still only lost by 9. I am confident if we somehow played this team in the playoffs, we would beat them. They just don't. I know they have our number right now. I still think it may go 7, but I still believe in this team to beat them because they don't look that impressive. I'm not a firm believer in this Hawks team. I'm a hater. Yeah, next up we got the Cavs. Yeah, I'm not overthinking this. I'm taking the Cavs. I don't know. They've beaten the Sixers all 3 times thus far. This is the last matchup. None of them particularly close. Yeah, right. They now have James Harden. Yeah, I think it's enough. I don't think there's really much else to say. I don't think we're really coming close against the Cavs. I would not be absolutely dreadfully shocked if we win this game, but
I wouldn't mind if we won.
yeah, I wouldn't mind if we won. It's just I don't see it happening.
That Euro step is going to be a futuristic look on what James Harden's going to do to this PS4 defense. My Euro step's not as good as James Harden's. If you couldn't tell. Yeah, he's going to drag his big balls all over our faces. And we're going to lose by 30 again. Oh no, Kolstin, our $0 in funds And if we are making money, I don't know about it. This is a game Philadelphia should win. Is Maxey out? Why ESPN needs to fix their. This is no. We don't have time to go on a different rant. Sixers win. I think they'll take care of business. If they don't, expect them to go on a big slide. Because they're presuming Cleveland wins tonight. They're 1 for their last 4.
I'm just gonna be completely honest. This game is not gonna be close. Everybody's injured for the Grizz right now. Their top player, rebounder, and points wise, is not playing. Yeah. Yeah, stop. If the Sixers lose this at home, we've got bigger fish to fry. Once again, I'm not gonna overthink it. The Pistons have been kind of on a downward tread right now. Yeah, but they're still the Pistons, so I'm not gonna bet against them. Now they did just lose to the Nets, so anything's possible. But I don't think I'm gonna bet against the top team in the East right now. I don't think that's a very good idea. Aaden, would you like to speak your piece?
Speak my piece, I will. I'm gonna switch it to. Should I switch it to blue or red? I'm going to switch it to blue because our faces are going to be blue after watching this game. This game will not be particularly close. I expect everybody to have their television off by the start of the third quarter.
Stay tuned for halftime. Is that what you thought?
So help me God if we lose this game, Kolstin. Without Michael Porter. 8-25, 16-47. You couldn't do that without not trying. Give me Philly. That's lock of the day. Lock of the day right here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. 1 o'clock. That's an early game. You're gonna have to wake up, drive the kids down to Philly, watch a pure butt beating. Kolstin, don't pick the Nets.
You know what game's bad when it's on the Yes Network? Yes, I looked that. No pun intended. Yes, I looked that up. It's called the Yes Network. Yeah, I'm gonna take Philly. I don't think that's that shocking. It's the Nets. I don't care if they just came back against Pistons. It's the Nets. Next slide. Trailblazers. This one is interesting because I don't know what this channel is, but they're gonna see Philly win. I'm also, this is like with the Hawks, I'm not a believer in the Trailblazers at all. They're below 500 for a reason. They're not great away for a reason. We're not great. We're mediocre. But last time I checked, mediocre is better than bad. Well, sometimes. But, yeah, I don't think there's really much to say. Without Dame, I don't think this is a very great team, even with Klingon averaging, I think it's a double-double, 11.5 rebounds. He's one of the highest rebounders in the league. I don't have any fancy way to say it this time. Sixers and Trailblazers on the whatever that is. Aaden, who you got?
Boy, this is going to be a good game in Xfinity Mobile Arena. And I'm going to pick against you for the first time this week. I'm going to pick Portland on the sole fact, I don't know if you maybe didn't realize this or not, but Philly is going to be playing a doubleheader. Now, yes, it is home, but still, I think people are going to be low on minutes in both of these games trying to manage health, especially with Maxey's injury. Now, it's nothing serious from what I know, but still, that could be a concern. I'm going to pick Portland here. I'm 12 games back. Now, yes, it's March. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to make up 12 games, but this is a game you're going to look back on, and if it's like a 3 or 2 game difference, you're going to look back on this game. The Flyers shockingly won this game. Shouldn't have. Toronto stinks. Kolstin, go into more depth.
For once, the Flyers did something. This is the only thing they did all week that surprised me. Toronto's not really that bad of a team. They're just very inconsistent. It's like the Philly counterpart of Canada. Yeah, this was a game that Philly should have won a lot more comfortably, and they just didn't. They never seemed to impress me. A solid game, but once again, 3-2 win isn't gonna turn any heads. The Penguins scored on their first shot on goal. They didn't score the rest of the game. The Bruins, I believe, scored on their first shot on goal. They scored again. This was a game the Penguins had. I mean, to be honest, they had a good chance to win. It's just the Bruins are just a better team. I mean, to be honest. Now, you will see us beat them later. But it was just, this is such a winnable game, and we couldn't just squeeze it out. This is what I mean when the Flyers do absolutely nothing. Just, they cease to exist. They had 16 shots on goal, maybe 15, and this is against the Mammoth. I have no hatred towards the Mammoth. They're actually not that bad. But nothing against the Mammoth at home is really dang bad. That's really bad. Yeah, it's yeah, they just got owned. I got nothing else to say. As someone who went to this game, this was worse than the Flyers game against the Mammoth. We tied it at 1 at the end of the first period, and not that I know of. Oh, no, I didn't, sadly. I was surrounded by Sabres fans. By the way, they're very passionate. No, not really. I mean, like in the bad way. But this was a game the Penguins just had no chance. Like, I honestly think you take away the second period, I don't think we score in the third period anyway. The entire game, we just looked tired. That's just, we wanted our nap, and this was the game we just had to not do anything. Yeah. The one game that's televised on live TV is the one we just do nothing. So, yeah, but, yeah. Of course, I go to one game.
Stop going to it. Keep going to Flyers.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You want to go to a Flyers game. This is the one game I'm impressed by the Flyers. Because there were multiple times in the third period the Penguins could have won this game, say with the Flyers, but they just were able to get the stops, something the Flyers haven't really been able to do. And then, of course, it went into a shootout, and we all know how the Penguins are at a shootout. So they're bad. 14 overtime losses. They're pretty bad. They do, but still, this is pretty rough. You need to win more. The Flyers are not great. This is worrying me about the Penguins, but also they haven't had Crosby, so it'd be what it be. Now this is just like a really good comeback. I'm not even gonna hate. 3-1 at the. Yeah, yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but 3-1 after 2 periods. The Penguins, I believe, scored 2 goals within the final 10 minutes to send it to OT, and then a game winner into OT, not even a minute in, by the rookie that I forget the name of. It's Novak. So, yeah, just a great game by the. You can if you want. Would you like to speak your mind? Great win by the Penguins. This is a great bounce back from the Flyers game. Aaden wants to speak his piece once again. So, Penguins Bruins. Who you got? Who you got? Talk about it.
I just came on here to say I think this is the best game the Pittsburgh Penguins have played all year. Usually, whenever they go down 3-0. No, they were down 3-0. They were down 3-0, and then they scored 3 goals back. I haven't seen a resilience like this out of Pittsburgh all year. Especially without Crosby and Malkin. Yeah. He's not on here. Benjamin Kindle. My king. I love me some Benjamin. That didn't sound good. I hate it. You hate it. We all hate it. I'm picking the poopy Flyers. The reason I'm picking them is they play the Rangers. Hypothetically, they are next on our schedule. The goalkeeping from Vladimir has played great. If these two verse, expect this game to be like a 1-0 overtime win. If not, Jesus Christ, he's 4-16. I just saw that. Jeez. If Quick plays, it's gonna be a quick game.
I'm not even gonna. Actually, yes, I will. I am also picking the Flyers. It's the Rangers. I mean, I've said this about every time with the Rangers, but also they haven't really proven me wrong. So, yeah, I mean, it's the Rangers. What do you want me to say? Pittsburgh takes on Carolina. Yeah. There's a reason this is not nationally televised because without Crosby, it's gonna end 5-1 at the end of first period. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say. We're gonna get smacked, especially in Carolina. Aaden, as he walks back over here, I'll stand here menacingly. Who you got? Penguins, Hurricanes. Yeah, makes sense.
This is the second best team in the NHL behind the Avalanche. I think that is mostly agreed upon.
Penguins are better.
By the way, I don't know why it just popped into my head. Forgive me, Kolstin. This goes back to the Sabres. They played the game. They played a game last night against the Lightning. 8-7.
Game of the year.
If you have never watched hockey,
Watch that game.
that is the first game you would want to watch. That was the best game I've seen in a while. This is going to be another good game. And I always like the Capitals in this matchup. I think they're going to march into Philly. Really wish they did what the NBA did, have their team record against each other, but no, the NHL, we got to be weird. Logan Thompson's been playing 2.14 goals allowed is very good. Similar to Vladimir, just a lot more games and a lot more losses. Kolstin, I think this might be the first time we disagree. Am I right?
No, you're wrong. You did turn the mic off. You're wrong. I'm just going to change the color so you know who I pick. I am also picking the Capitals. The Flyers have been inconsistent, and also there's always that one game in honestly, like every week, maybe every 2 weeks, where the Flyers are at home, they're favored to win, they should win, and they lose poorly. It's gonna be, it's gonna be this game. The Flyers are not winning. Yeah, they're just not great. I am once again. I'll change it to green, so I guess you know who I'm picking. I'm taking the Wild. They're just better. They're just straight up better. I can't name a single thing that they do worse than Philly besides lose. So yeah, no. I mean, I guess, but also like no. Yeah, yeah, give me the Wild. This could be not a wild game, so.
The only thing wild about this one is the wild fact that you're going to have to put your kids to bed early. So the Wild are going to win this one, and you're going to turn the telly off. That's it. We're moving quick here today, folks. Kolstin's wired mouth over here is going to be pissy at me. The Penguins have played so inconsistent. I looked at the 3-0 score at the Bruins game, and I said, I'm not picking them on the MC report this week. And then they came back and won. I'm going to pick against Pittsburgh here in this game. I think traveling cross-country is really tough in the NHL. It's 4 goalies. It's like more than 3. I'm smart. Pittsburgh only has 2. Schmid is going to slide his schlong all over Pittsburgh.
You should stop talking.
That was a good one. Kolstin, who do you got?
I am going to disagree. Crosby is slated to return. Not this game, the one before. And I think with Crosby, this is not going to be a great game in terms of Vegas. The last time we played them without Crosby, we won 5-0. I don't know if you forgot that. Yeah, yeah, I don't care if they go cross country. I don't think they're doing much. Oh no. Oh no.
They get good.
This is the team I always pick
No,
against.
it's Ottawa.
It's both of them. Oh no. You know what? We're leaning into the meme. I'm gonna take the Flyers. You should probably pick the Blue Jackets, just based off my thing. I say this every
Oh my
time.
God, it's there. Look at the bottom right. It's there. The bottom right. It's there.
1-0. I am not a firm believer in the Blue Jackets. I've stated this a lot of times. Yeah. Well, actually. Oh yeah, they did. They do.
More wins, less regulation losses.
It's overtime losses. That's the third one. So I'm gonna pick the Flyers. You're gonna know who he picks. So that's coming up next.
You'll never guess by what color I changed my marker to. Blue. I don't know what their chant is. Blue Jackets. I'm not going to say the joke I'm going to say because we might get taken down. Not that one. A little less appropriate. Why is this one? Why is the text? Now, somebody did a bad job cropping. Just like Pittsburgh. I think we go on a cold streak here. Kolstin disagrees. He just gave me a big shake of the head no. I think if this is like the same thing I said with the Boise pick. If they win the first one, they're going to win the second one. I just don't see them winning the first one. And I got that one wrong last time, Kolstin. Wham! Kolstin, East versus West.
I would like to remind you once again, the Penguins are gonna have Crosby, so I'm picking the Penguins. Yeah, that's.
Sidney Crosby's good. He's not win every single game.
I'm not saying they're gonna win every game, but
That's what you picked. So
yeah. To be fair, tickets as low as $67. Next slide.
about that money.
Yeah. That's a really good question. Aaden, who you got? Because this is oh boy.
You know what I said about Pittsburgh losing, Kolstin? Kolstin, you aren't going to believe me with this pick. I'm going with the hometown team. And hometown, I mean the hometown of Ball Arena. What a stadium name for what a team. Kolstin looks like he's laughing and crying at the same facial expression. Yeah. Give me the Avalanche. Arizona is really good at basketball. Too bad they aren't going to win the Big 12 tourney. Spoiler.
They should have only one loss. I'm going to be completely honest. The loss Texas Tech they should have won. The other one they should have lost. I think it was Michigan. It wasn't Michigan. That was Duke that beat Michigan. This is a really good team facing a team that's still really good. They're just not Arizona. They dominated this entire game. They controlled the tempo. They did everything they needed to. And that's what you know what to do. That's what you want to do if you want to be a contender. Same thing with Georgia to extent, but also Bama kind of just shot bad, which is kind of weird because 88 points is a lot. But once again, it's Bama. They always have those off games, and that was this one. Going into Georgia is not easy, and they just couldn't pull it out. So they're getting revenge for the football game in the middle of the regular season. St. John's is an absolute fraud. Good comeback, but yeah, you should not having to be coming back against Georgetown. Most generic name of all time. There is another team from the same conference that I will be bashing for being overrated. You'll see. Well, this one's also getting bashed. Overrated as flying F word. This is not a good team. I still stand by this. I don't care if they are 30-0, 31-0, 62-0. If they verse people from the literal Midwest, I'm not gonna think they're not good. They would not. I don't think they would, honestly. They play MAC teams, so
They pull out wins.
yeah, by the skin of their teeth against Toledo.
A win
This is
Whenever it comes to basketball.
you're gonna. This is not the first time you're gonna hear me slanderize them. Yeah, this is just I stand by it. They're not a good team. Texas Tech's also not a good team without JT Toppin. Everybody knows this. Besides you, you picked them against BYU for some reason. But
Oh, please. I picked the unranked.
without their best player. But TCU is not a bad team. They're not a great team. But the fact they can go into yeah, they should be lower. So they're not. I will say they're still good, but without JD Toppin, they're not like this great team. Like they weren't really championship contender to begin with. They were kind of just unreliable, but kind of in a good way. They are not anymore. They're just mediocre. Clemson almost won this game. I kind of wanted them to, even though I did pick against them. Caleb Wilson is now out for the year, so North Carolina's not a contender anymore. Clemson is solid. I mean, they're not anything terrible, but they're just okay. They're a team. So North Carolina getting another win is good, but Duke is still the reigning supreme, and you're going to see that. Ole Miss. Yeah, this was a game Ole Miss should have had in the bag against a Vandy team that is good, not great, and they just couldn't finish it out. Defense was nowhere to be found in this game. I don't know why. Tyler Tanner just dragged his nuts across the court. But 44 minutes, 34 points. But going into OT against Ole Miss is not a good sign, like at all. Now, granted, like all of the SEC is like the same amount of good besides Bama and Florida. But actually, I wouldn't even say Bama, just Florida. But yeah, they're just all competing for mediocrity. It's quite nice. If Darren Peterson has a bad night, this team loses. They are not contenders. Why does anybody think they're contenders? I don't care if they beat Texas Tech when they had J.D. Toppin. They don't have him anymore. This team is overrated. There's a lot of overrated teams in college basketball. This is probably my least favorite one. Yeah, actually, I was going to say besides Houston. No, this is my least favorite one. This is the most overrated player in the entirety of college basketball. He's still going to go to the NBA. I just don't like Darren Peterson. I think I'll like Kansas once Darren Peterson's gone because he just icks me. He's just, I just hate Houston because you like Houston. So, yeah, just overrated. Just an overrated team with an overrated player. Moving on. Reminds me of the Illinois UCLA game, but they didn't come back. It was just UCLA the entire time. Yeah, Nebraska just came, saw, and did not conquer. Yeah.
Does this win, do you think, put UCLA in the last place?
I think they should. I think they need to do some stuff in the Big Ten tournament. I think they need to make some ground, maybe do good against it. Yeah, I think they need to really get the ball rolling because, I mean, they're 20-10 on the outskirts looking in. I think they need to beat, like, a Purdue, which, granted, Purdue, in my opinion, is not great, another overrated team. But they need to do something. Obviously, this is a great win, but I'm still not even that high on Nebraska. Better than Purdue, though. So,
Cincinnati.
no, BYU is just really bad. This is kind of the same thinking with Kansas. If DeBonsta has a bad game, yeah, they don't really do much. BYU doesn't really have any semblance of defense. They just shoot at will and hope they win. Kansas has at least a little bit of semblance of defense. It's not great, but they have a little bit. Cincy, just, yeah, I mean, when you got point distribution like this and shooting that's like this, yeah, you're gonna win. You're gonna win. That's really all I got. They just played a better game. That's yeah. Arkansas wins by 20 against Texas. Once again, the SEC, just the top teams always win unless. Yeah, there's not much to talk about. Just the top team always wins. Once again, the top team winning. Miami. I'm gonna be honest. I thought this game would actually be a little bit closer, but Miami just kind of held on for the entirety of the game. Didn't do anything special, but yeah, they just kind of went up by 7 and then just kind of held on. They didn't really do anything special, which is kind of what Miami is. But Yeah, there's this also team does not impress me, but they're barely inside the top 25. They may not even be in the top 25 anymore. I'm not sure. So, fraud, absolute fraud. Northwestern is no good. They're about to lose to Penn State in the Big Ten tournament. Spoilers, but yeah, Purdue. What are we doing? You did win, but you're down. You were down 11 against Northwestern. And you came back, which is cool. But you should not be having trouble with Northwestern. I don't care if you're at home, away, at a neutral site.
Purdue is 15th ranked in this country. Northwestern's game tomorrow, they're the 15th seed.
Yeah, they're just not a great team. Purdue has this every year. They are ranked super high, and then they fall off a cliff. So it's just the Purdue way. Michigan State gave me a scare. This game was I think 11 or 9 point game. The only reason this is on here is because I remember seeing it was like the line was like 8.5, and then Rutgers cut it to 4 at the end of the game because they put all their backups in besides Rutgers. They put all their starters in. So that was kind of funny to see. There isn't really any. We didn't predict this game. I just thought that was funny to talk about because everybody was losing their crap over it. I called it. I said Iowa could definitely win this game, and this entire game they just kind of were there. They were definitely within the reach. But Michigan, once again, just coming out on top. The contender beating the lesser team. I think Iowa is honestly a very sleeper pick. I think they will make March Madness for sure. But I think they need they also, like UCLA, need kind of that big win. They're both 20-10, by the way. And I think Iowa has a better case. I think Iowa has had closer loss. Actually, UCLA. Yeah, I think that UCLA has better wins. I think Iowa has more like quality losses, I guess. Yeah, losing to 3 by Michigan is not that bad. That's kind of a flex, honestly. Bad team. Bad team. Ohio had so many chances to win this game, and they just decided to throw it away because they want to see a MAC team make the tournament when they shouldn't. I'm fine with MAC teams making the tournament. This team should not make the tournament. I'm all for a Cinderella run. This grinds my gears. They're not a good team. This is just they're facing nobodies and getting away with it. Now they're 31-0. Now they still need to they actually still need to do some work according to ESPN. So, I don't know if it's this game or something different.
Something different. This is breaking.
Okay, so is this NFL? Okay, breaking news. If the Chargers get somebody, I'll be so happy.
Well, Kolstin, come back in frame.
Justin Herbert traded.
As of 1 minute ago, free agent, pass rusher, Adofe Owowe is signing with the Commanders.
Yep, I hate my life.
4-year, $100 million deal. 4-year, $100 million deal. Instant thoughts.
Why didn't he come back? Yeah, Mike's on. Why didn't he come back? I mean, it's a good signing for Washington, but yeah, yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, that's God. You picked Missouri, understandable. I picked Missouri, understandable. Missouri didn't win, understandable. We're losers. Understandable. Next slide. Virginia won. They had a big lead and they almost choked. I think Virginia Tech's also underrated. I don't think they make. This is a sneaky good team. Their defense is elite. Their offense is not elite, but this is what Houston should be, and they're not. Sure, sure, bud. Virginia Tech is very underrated, but I don't see them making March. I just the Virginia Tech. Okay, I'm sorry. As I said, Houston, not that great of a team. They're not. Oklahoma State is not a bad team by any means, but they need to do more to impress me. There hasn't been a single game Houston all year that they have impressed me. So, excuse me. So, yeah, I would hope they do something more. UConn. Oh, my goodness. This is the most overrated team in the entirety of college basketball. Obviously, they're somehow number 4. All 4 of their losses have been ugly. This is no exception. Marquette is trash, and you lost to Marquette. Yeah, 40 minutes and 2 points. I could probably put up. Yeah, he scored on 2 free throws. I could probably put up a better stat line, buddy. Yeah, it's just they're just bad. They're just actually really bad. This is the upset team. They're gonna get upset by somebody that they shouldn't be upset by. So, yeah, they're just not great. I should have picked Louisville. I really should have. I don't know why I picked Miami. That was stupid of me. Yeah, I mean, Louisville's just a better team. They're a better offensive scoring team. You can see here 4 of their guys over 15 points, and all of them shot above 500. So, yeah, I'm not sure why I picked Miami. They're just a worse team on paper. They were just at home. That's like the only thing they had on them. And ACC home court, unless your name's Kansas or BYU, is not that great. So, yeah. Once again, I don't know why I picked Tennessee. They didn't have Nina Men. Vandy had their best players in. They still got it within 4, so that's kind of cool. But may I just say, this was the most electric half of basketball we've seen the entire year. This was going blow for blow. All buckets were falling. Oh, but we had so many runs. It was going back and forth. But this first half was ugly. That was not. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a great first half. Good win for Vandy. It definitely helps the resume. But, yeah, Tennessee. I'm not sure what you're doing, buddy. Kentucky. Yeah. Kentucky, buddy. I was a firm believer that Kentucky might make March. They might not. They have a really tough. They have to do a lot. They have to do like a lot. Florida obviously is, Florida. Like, they're not that bad. They could go back to back. But in Kentucky, down 17 at halftime, even that's bad. I mean, obviously it's Florida, but this is your rival. This is a game you need to win to make March, and you're just not playing well. So this entire game, I don't care if it ended with a 7-point win. Florida just dominated. One thing Florida's so good at, besides their defense, they're a great contributing team. We've seen this many times. 5 players over 11 points. And just, I don't know, great offensive. I believe this combines for 74 of the 84. So, I mean, the starting 5's doing great, but I'm kind of worried about the bench. So, yeah, we'll see. Good stuff by Florida. As I said, it's Purdue. This is what they do. That rhymed. But Wisconsin's just a good offensive team, and when they face a defensive team that's built together by chicken scraps and duct tape, they're going to win. I don't know why Purdue is just so bad and they're ranked, but yeah, Wisconsin's probably going to make March. This is a dangerous team, but their defense, as you can see, is not great. So they played well enough to beat Purdue, but I still don't think that's that's not a very big flex. Aaden wants to talk about this game, so I don't know why this one out of all of them, but Wisconsin the winner. What do you want to talk about?
I do want to talk about the Badgers. All I want to talk about is where they will place in March Madness. They will either lose in the first round or they will make the Elite Eight. Now, Purdue isn't the elite team, but they beat Michigan, number 3 in the country. I'm pretty sure they beat Michigan State. They beat Illinois. They beat Nebraska. They're beating all of the top-tier teams in the Big Ten. And they're losing to all of the bad teams. Wisconsin is the exact opposite of what they should be doing. They win the games they're supposed to lose the games they're supposed to win. Bet against the underdog in every game as they play. That's all I want to talk about. I just wanted to point that out. They are one of the best teams against good teams and one of the worst teams against bad teams. Duke is very, very, very good.
I'd like to mention they do not have Caleb Wilson, but his point still stands. This is a rivalry game that usually goes, back and forth like last game, North Carolina on a game winner. Yeah, that was not the same outcome. Now, a 5-point game at halftime isn't that bad, but the second half was all Duke, despite it only being 10 points. It was just Duke, Duke, Duke. North Carolina, not much you can say. It's just Duke. As I said, I don't care if Texas Tech was up by 8. They can choke whenever they want, and they did. They're just not a great team without Toppin. They're an okay team. They can beat some teams, but I think BYU, especially, even with them being being unranked, they are dangerous. I don't see them going to like the Elite 8 or anything, but a good win for BYU, one they needed. Same for Nebraska. This was a very scary game. Iowa won them against them in overtime in Iowa, and they almost did it again. The only problem is that you can't score 5 points in overtime. And
Nebraska went on a 9-0 run with a minute.
yeah, I mean, if you didn't hear, Aaden, 9-0 run, minute and a half left in the game in OT. They just dominated, and it was a win. So a good one for Nebraska because they need some morale heading into March Madness. Or not March Madness, the Big Ten tournament, which we will predict. So Michigan getting a good win. This is the first time they swept their rival Michigan State since 2014. Usually they split.
Didn't they win the championship that year?
No, they didn't. They definitely didn't. But Michigan State is still a very solid team, but yeah, Michigan is just Michigan. They're just a different breed right now. It's Arizona, it's Michigan, and it's Duke. Those three are just top tier basketball teams. And I think Aaden has something to say once again.
Not about this game. 2 bits of breaking news.
Oh boy, do I have to stay up here?
No. Well, one of them isn't really so like breaking, but one of them is. Do you want the breaking news or just the break? We're gonna start with the smaller news. Tyrese Maxey is announcing that he's having a child. Congratulations to the Maxey family, and the Packers are cutting Elton Jenkins. Saves us $20 million in cap. Sounds like we're going to be big spenders this year in free agency. We've cut a lot of people. We've cut $60 million in cap. No, we don't. No. That's it. Michigan's going to win the Big Ten championship. I don't think that'd be shocking to anybody. I see people picking Michigan State a lot, and I'm going to show them that game, and I'm going to say why.
I would like to say unrelated. If you want Tyreek Hill, you're gonna have to take all of his children with him. So, yeah. We finally get to talk about Boise. This is the first time all year I felt confident about this team, and we're heading into the Mountain West tournament. We are the hottest team in the Mountain West to won 5 straight. Second closest is 1 win. That's tied with like 5 teams. We dominated. I don't care what the stats sheet says. This was a game that San Diego State was just never in. Same with Colorado State, which we'll talk about. And, yeah, just a good win for Boise, keeping us afloat. Yeah, this was a game played between 2 colleges. There were points scored, 1 more by the other team. Next slide. Boise is just so back. I don't know why I changed. Whatever. Once again, another game. I could just explain it the same way. We just dominated. We were just playing better the entire time. Didn't feel like Colorado State really had a chance. And that's what you need if you want to win these types of games. We got some momentum. We can finish it out. Penn State does not have any momentum. Yeah. Rutgers is not good, and we lost by about 50. So, whatever. Yeah, Josh Reed. Yeah. What we are going to do, instead of making me go through grueling pain of putting every single game on the MC report, we're going to give you the bracket, and I'm going to pick who I want to pick, and you're going to pick who you want to pick. I'm going to go from up to down. I am taking Stanford over Pitt. I don't think that's a crazy pick. Yeah, that's not crazy at all. I am taking SMU. This is a sleeper team by a lot. Now, I'm going to be honest, I will take Louisville the next round. But this is a sleeper team that can turn some heads. I'm taking Virginia Tech. I don't think that's that shocking. Next round, so we got Stanford here and NC State. I'm going to take NC State. I also don't think that's that crazy. It's NC State, and yeah. Should be SMU and Louisville. As I said, I'm taking Louisville. We do have Virginia Tech Clemson. I'm going to take Clemson. And then Florida State Cal. I am going to take Cal. I really like Cal, especially against Florida State. NC State and Virginia. I'm going to take Virginia, obviously. Louisville and Miami. I'm going to take Louisville again. I guess I should actually probably change the color. From now on, I'm going to change the color for each round, but I'm taking Louisville again. This is just a team that should make it all the way to here, and then you could argue they win. So, Cal and Duke. Yep. Clemson and NC State. I'm gonna, or not NC State, North Carolina. I'm gonna take Clemson again. No Caleb Wilson, no problem. So we got Duke and Clemson, and we got Virginia and Louisville. Gonna change the color again. I'm gonna take Louisville again. I think they're gonna turn some heads. So Louisville goes all the way, and Clemson and yeah. So we got Duke, and we got Louisville. Yeah, I'm taking. Oh, I didn't change the color. You're right. We'll do black. I'm taking Duke. That's my ACC champion. Yeah, that's it's fine. I'm taking the big D, Duke. I can't draw that, but yeah, that's my bracket. Please be specific, so in post I can do the MC report rankings. So, who do you got to win the ACC?
Well, it appears I've lost my marker. It appears I've found Kolstin's marker. I think the first round is going to go very similar to what Kolstin said. Actually, I think it's going to go identical. I think all three favorites win. I think Stanford can beat NC State, and I think they will. I have Stanford going. Oh, I'm breaking Kolstin's rule. Stanford to go here. I'm picking Louisville. I'm also going to pick Cal, and I'm picking Clemson. We're going to go green. Virginia. This is going to be I'm calling it. That's going to be the best game of the tournament.
What?
Clemson UNC. I'm going to pick Clemson just because of the lone fact that Caleb Wilson is out. For the semis, I want to say blue for last because it's. I have Virginia and I have Duke. 1 and 2 seeds. It's really boring. Virginia's been red hot. Duke's the best team in college basketball, and the winner of the tournament, it's Duke. It's the big D, the big blue D, with another D inside of it. That wasn't quick enough. I hope you can pause and post editing. And I'm going to go first for the Big 12. Now, this personally is the bracket I'm most excited for. This is the bracket I'm probably going to be watching the most of. And we have a great game. 11:30 a.m. That's bright and early in the morning. You're going to be having some tea and crumpets at that hour. Give me the Baylor Bears. Pull off a nice win. Cincinnati, they're going to make a run. They're not making it past here, but they're gonna make a run. BYU and Oklahoma. I'm picking Oklahoma State. I don't trust Colorado. I think Colorado is very overrated. To the next round, we're gonna go with orange. Iowa State, Cincinnati, BYU, TCU. So we have 2 of these teams with a bye. Arizona wins easily. Houston wins easily. Kansas wins easily. Oh, I never changed the color. Gosh diddly darn it. I'm picking Iowa State. Understandable. So we go now to the Final 4, Arizona and Houston. It's never a doubt. Give me the University of Houston, baby. That is that logo. It's the University of Houston, you dummy. So, Kolstin, what do you have different? The Big 12 tournament.
I need that marker.
Where did that other marker
Find your own marker. I'm gonna be honest. This is the hardest game for me. I actually don't know who to pick, so I'll do the other ones first. I'm taking Cincy. I'm taking BYU. And I'm taking Oklahoma State.
So just copying me.
I believe you took Baylor. Am I not wrong? Okay, so I'll take Arizona State based off the fact that we can see who wins. I'm just gonna do an arrow. I'm just gonna do an arrow over for each one because I'm lazy.
Because you don't feel like figuring it out. That's
We're gonna choose the purple. I'm taking Iowa State. I'm taking UCF. I'm taking BYU again. Actually, I guess I should circle here. And TCU or Oklahoma State. Ooh, wait, that's actually kind of tough. Probably TCU. probably
purple for a reason.
yeah, probably TCU. So TCU goes here. BYU goes all the way to Houston. And then UCF goes to Arizona, and Iowa State goes to Texas Tech. Time to change color again. I'm taking Iowa State again. Yeah. Yeah, and sadly. Yeah.
We have the exact same Final Four.
Sadly. But I guess I should put it. We got Arizona going here, Iowa State going all the way here, Houston and Kansas.
What is that arrow?
That was a really bad arrow. It's fine. Houston's not very good at directions anyway. So we got Iowa State and Arizona. I'm taking Arizona. And we got Houston and Kansas. Sadly, I'm going to take Houston. So in the final game, Arizona and Houston. What color have I not used? Green. Give me Arizona.
That's the smart pick, but I'm taking the
I can't draw the Arizona, so you get a green A. So you get a green. It's not just an A. There's more there, but give me Arizona. I'm gonna be completely real. This is probably the toughest bracket to do because there's so many quality teams. One and A and B. I don't know most of these teams. I don't know any. I don't actually. I know probably. Actually, I know all of these over here, but these other four. Call me crazy. Oop, I clicked the wrong thing. Go away. Call me crazy. I'm picking Penn State. I probably shouldn't. I'm going to take Maryland as well. So Maryland and Iowa, Penn State and Indiana. I won't change the color for the second round. I'm taking Iowa. USC and Washington is going to be a really good game. That's actually a really quality game. But USC has kind of flown under the radar. I'm going to take them. They're a very solid team. I'm taking Indiana over Penn State, and I'm going to take Minnesota over Rutgers. This will be a really good game, but it doesn't really matter because they're going to get bounced either way next round. So we got Iowa is going to go to Ohio State. USC goes to Wisconsin. Indiana goes to Purdue in a rivalry matchup, and Minnesota goes to UCLA. We're going to switch it to orange here. Ooh. I think I'm going to take Iowa once again. No, I'm not. I lied. No, I'm not. I'm taking Ohio State.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess we are. That's what I have. Yeah, that's going to be in that round. I'm taking Wisconsin over USC, which is understandable. So we got Wisconsin, Illinois. We got Indiana, Purdue. Sadly, I'm taking Purdue. So we're going to have Purdue and Nebraska. And we got Minnesota. And we got Minnesota and UCLA. I'm taking UCLA. So they go to face Michigan State.
So the top 8 seed. No Cinderella runs.
No Cinderella runs, which is kind of shocking. Some stuff does change. I'm obviously taking Michigan to beat Ohio State.
Could you imagine how hilarious?
That would be the biggest. Oh my God. I'm taking Wisconsin to beat Illinois. I think that could be wrong, but Illinois has not surprised me with any of their games. I'm not big on them. Eventually, Purdue has to win a big game. I'm going to take Purdue. So this is the toughest game for me. I think UCLA can really beat Michigan State, but I'm going to stick with my gut. And I'm going to take Michigan State. So we got, who do we got? We got Michigan and Wisconsin, and we got Purdue and Michigan State. Let me change the color again. I'm going to take Michigan, shockingly. Yeah, they're going to go to the finals. They're the best team in the Big Ten. And Michigan State and Purdue. I'm going to take Purdue. I like Purdue. I think that they're going to eventually I think eventually they're going to do this game where they start really bad, but they're going to start winning and then get to March and just crap the bed. So we got Michigan and we got Purdue, the final two. And I'm taking Michigan. Are we serious? Yeah. It's Michigan all the way. I would be shocked if anything is different. I think that if there's any team that could beat Michigan in this entire bracket, it's Purdue and it's Michigan State. I don't think anybody else can. I think Illinois has an outside chance. Nebraska has no chance to beat them. Wisconsin has an outside chance, but I don't see them making it that far. And if they do play, if Wisconsin, yeah, I am. If Wisconsin beats Michigan, which is what I have, they win it all. I think they win it all. I think they honestly, if they beat the top team, they're gonna beat them all. So I don't know. I don't know what they would get, but they would if they beat Michigan, which is what I don't have that, but they play each other, they win it all. I think they actually I think they would play Illinois, wouldn't they? Oh, they would play Illinois, whatever. But oh no, I haven't beaten Illinois. No, they do play. Yeah, I just think Wisconsin's not gonna they're not gonna beat Michigan. This is the toughest bracket. I think that's very fair to say. Because SC, yeah. So between yeah, between all the not 10 teams in the Big 10, the Big 18, who do you have winning the men's tournament?
Now, Kolstin, from what I've seen, unless the SEC is pure pandemonium, this is going to be the most different bracket we have. To start, we're going to go in game time order. I'm picking Oregon. I like the... my sincerest apologies, people. And I like Northwestern. So we're already disagreeing on everything so far in this bracket. I'm just picking the higher seeds. I think worst case scenario will split because we do not speak of that team. We don't speak of them. If they win, good on them. We did better than Northwestern. But we got blown out by this team the last time we played. Next round, I'm going to go with yellow for a reason. Picking Iowa. I'm going to pick USC as well. This would be Northwestern Indiana. No, yep. Rutgers and Minnesota. I am going to pick Minnesota. Who'd you pick for this game? Minnesota. Okay. So we go around everything here.
Iowa, Ohio State, USC,
I'm
Wisconsin, Indiana, Purdue, Minnesota, UCLA.
I'm going to say this. I'm actually going to say this. I lied. This game, I'm going to say, the winner goes to March Madness. The loser's out. USC and Wisconsin. I can't pick against Wisconsin in that game. Indiana and Purdue, likewise. UCLA. This is a trap game. But I'm picking UCLA. I can't pick against them. Ohio State and Iowa. Win or go home.
Two very different teams.
I'm going with the Buckeyes. Now, I know I said this bracket is going to be very similar, or very different, sorry.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is 30.
Crap hits the fan here. All right.
I'm taking the Buckeyes.
No. Bang, 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 bang.
I'm taking the Buckeyes.
All right. I'm picking Michigan. I'm picking Illinois. I'm picking Nebraska, and I'm picking State. I have no fun, but I'm an honest man who tells the truth. So, Michigan, Illinois, Nebraska, State. I did something on purpose. I did something on purpose, Kolstin. Want to know a fun fact, Kolstin? One of these teams has the greatest offense in the last 5-10 years. And that is why Illinois is going to beat Michigan. Illinois is going to beat Michigan and shock the world. That is just not true at all. Give me State over Nebraska. Illinois versus
Michigan State championship would be
it would be very fun. But I'm going to go with I am going to go with State. I think Illinois is going to be their heads are going to be too far up their own ass about Michigan that they're going to forget about Michigan State. Give me Michigan State University. Kolstin. I'm up here.
You get to see my picks first.
Florida. That's correct. I think they do it.
I have a little bit of a different, not big of a different. Uh,
I don't know. I'll be here or
Have that happening, but I would be actually heartbroken.
across the board. Nevada, Air Force. Email Kolstin, but I'm getting my dark. It came in the middle of my. But Luke Littler won Night 5 of the Premier League, and he won the UK Open, which is one of the most infamous tournaments in the darts world. Littler's hot now. I mean, the guy holds a single title except the European Tournament Championship. That's crazy. He's the king of everything except Europe, where he's from. But Kolstin, come up here for some outro shot. Well, Kolstin, come on with your. This time, this guy might have braces. And Kirsten. Thank you all for watching. Have fun.